So risk-neutral pricing is something that you will read a lot about during this course, and it's related to the observation that the coefficients of the exercise value of the option can be thought of as probabilities. Namely, the coefficient, this was the coefficient of CU, this expression you may recall. And the inequalities we just saw says that P has to be between 0 and 1. So it is indeed a probability. It's between 0 and 1 because the return e to the r minus delta h is in between d and u. So we can write the option pricing binomial formula as the present value of using P star, which is called the risk-neutral probability times Cu, and 1 minus P star, which is the probability of CD. It's called the risk-neutral probability of an increase. It's not the initial probability we might have envisioned when we were modeling stock prices, but it's called the risk-neutral probability for a reason we will see in a few moments. So the question becomes, well, what if we applied this probability P star to the asset S? What is the expected value of stock prices in one period? And if we just do the math, we look at stock prices US or USD. Notice in this calculation I'm doing the expected value of a stock price of one share. So I don't have the e to the delta h factor in this calculation because I'm looking at the expected value of the per share price. And when I put in and I do the algebra, I get it's the forward price. Namely, the expected value of one share of stock is equal to the forward price of that stock. If I looked at the prepaid, if I looked at the expected value, so here what this is saying is that the risk-neutral expected value of future prices is the forward price. If I looked at the risk-neutral expected present value, so if I multiplied both sides by e to the minus RH, it would convert this forward price into the prepaid forward price. So if I applied exactly the option pricing formula we see here, C, if I price it to S, I get the prepaid, so I get the prepaid forward price of the stock. So what if we wanted to arbitrage a mispriced option? Again, if you have a formula that says, here's a model for stock prices, this model implies that I have an option that should be worth a certain price. What if the price is not that model price? We always do the same thing in arbitrages. If we think a price is wrong, we need to be able to take a long position in the cheap portfolio and a short position in the expensive portfolio. We always sell the dear, buy the cheap. And so if an option's overpriced, if we look in the market and we see an option that we think is too expensive, well then what we would do is we would sell that option and we would buy the replicating portfolio. Conversely, if the option is underpriced, it's cheap, then we want to buy the market option and we sell the replicating portfolio. So in the example we saw earlier where we had, you recall the price of a stock went from 41 to 60 or 30, we had a replicating portfolio where the call was equal to 2/3 of a share and a T-bill short position of 18,462. That was our replicating portfolio. A long call was the same as long shares, short T-bills. So, and we calculated that the price of the option should be $8.87. So what we're saying is that what if the price of the option was $9? Well, it's too high. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell the call, and we're going to buy the replicating portfolio. We want to, if we're short the call, we want to be long the synthetic call. So we're buying this portfolio, and we will doing that. Selling the call gives us $9. Buying the replicating portfolio is $8.87. So we'll put about 13 cents profit in our profit is around 13 cents. We know that at expiry, the call and the replicating portfolio have the same payoffs, so they'll cancel out. Similarly, if the call was instead $8, we're going to buy the market call, and we're going to short the replicating portfolio. What does that mean? It means we're going to short shares, and we're going to buy T-bills. So the replicating portfolio is the replicating portfolio of a long option. If we want to short it, we just change the sign. So we short shares, go long T-bills. We're going to make a profit, in this case, of around 87 cents. And those pricing pressures will ultimately fix the mispricing.